Good afternoon, my friends. Today we're down in the garage again with one of my fucking pride and joys, my Bianchi. Fuck. Nerone 7. And in true Italian style, as opposed to being a 56 or a 58, it's a fucking 57. But anyway, that's not what this video is about. This video is about how to measure chain stretch. But it's more specifically if you are pedaling along, if you're pedaling along and you have the issue of where when you put weight down on the pedals, you feel the pedals slip forward and you get this kind of banging noise. Typically what that means is that your chain's worn. Now if your chain is worn to that point where it's slipping, where your gears are shifting, okay, but when you're in a gear, especially the harder gears, the lower gears down on the cassette, like down this part of the cassette, down like this bottom range, get some light on that, those like bottom rings down there closest to the frame, down fucking like here. If you're getting skipping on these gears, it means that your chain and your cassette is also worn. So what you can do is you can get a chain checker. This is kind of a preventative tool. Most tools you fix something with, but the chain checker, this allows you to tell if something does need replaced. So I'm going to pop it on and show you how. So we got this one. This is from one of my favorite bicycle brands, Risk. I love it. Freaking hilarious. So what you do is you pop that in there. You'll usually have a you'll have one side that is for putting in the chain. You put that in first, like so, and then the other way. Put that end in first. Sorry, trying to do this with a camera in one hand is more difficult than I thought it would be. Pop that in there, and then you let the other bit drop in. Now, it doesn't drop in very far, so does it? Well, it does. So, if we look closely at the little badge, and we see that that's all the way through, that means that my chain's pretty hella worn. Damn, I thought I had more life left in it. This video was not supposed to be me replacing a chain. But hey ho, that's how things sometimes go. So basically, use this little tool. If it's at, let me get the light back on that. If it's at like 0.5 with a little tick, I don't know if you can see that, 0.5 with a little tick, then that means that you're good. Little tick. 0.75 means a little triangle, you definitely want to replace your chain. 1 usually means you got to replace your chain and your cassette. Some people will tell you that it means you have to replace your chain rings as well. But my chain rings have all the life in the world left in them, so they'll be fine. So that's how you measure your chain. Now, why is this important? Well, if you keep on top of this beforehand, it means you can get a couple of cassettes out of a single chain. If, however, you just let it go until it is worn to shit, then you'll need to replace your chain and your cassette, which quite often is a lot more expensive. A chain, depending on where you buy it and depending on the quality of chain you buy, you're maybe somewhere between 10 and 40 or 50 pounds if you got a high-end e-bike, that kind of thing. But I feel like most of the people watching this probably aren't those people. But in the off chance you are, your cassette's also probably quite expensive. The cassette on this one, if I'd picked up on this earlier, haha, lol, then I would have just had to replace the chain. And to be fair, I'm just going to replace the chain and see if that solves the issue. I've not had any skipping off it. So, and the teeth, to be fair, they look pretty good. They don't look too chewed up. They do got a bit of wear on them. They don't look too terrible though, but the only way to find out really is to pop a new chain on. Right. Well, if that's, I'm going to pop a new chain on, and I'm going to make a little video on how to size a new chain, because that's a common one that a lot of people want to know how to do. And there's a pretty simple method that I can show you guys. I've used it for years, and it's worked for me for years. So yeah, that's how to measure chain stretch. If you buy one of those little tools, the chain checkers, wherever the hell I put it, you've seen a lots of pictures in the video. You know what it looks like. Let me put it in my pocket. Like this. Alfred sell one that looks like this. Blah, blah. Park Tool sell one that looks like this. There are a lot of different varieties of it. But get one, use it, Pop it on your chain. When it gets to 0.5, replace your chain. If you do that, it means that you won't also have to replace your cassette when it needs done, and it will save you more money in the long run because you'll be able to replace the one part as opposed to replacing both of them at the same time. Cheers. Ride safe.